everyone, my name is Ikea, and today I am going to be talking about the series The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. Now, before we begin, here's my Twitter, here's my Instagram. I don't have another account to promote, but like and subscribe and comment if you enjoy this video. Now, this is going to be a rant. I'm going to spoil this video. So if you have not seen the show and you plan on watching it, quickly watch all 3 seasons, come back, share your opinions in the comments. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is maybe one of the best dark shows we have right now in the teen drama category. The imagery, the devil, the satanic imagery on that show, unmatched from anything I've seen outside of Supernatural, but again, that's not like a teen drama. But the show is so sloppy, and if you've seen it, you know it's sloppy. They drop plot lines like hot grits. They drop them like hot grits, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I watched the entire series, all 3 seasons, as I'm making this video, in maybe 2 weeks. And when you binge watch an entire series, you're more prone to notice what's missing because you just saw season 1 yesterday. Why is this missing now? And I'm gonna start with my biggest issue in the show, and right now it is Ambrose and Prudence. Their relationship is okay, great. I have nothing negative to say about their relationship, but the way their relationship grew, what? Where did it come from? Where did it come from? Where did it come from? So, if you remember, in season 1, Ambrose was with that guy. I think Ambrose, he worked with a mortuary, whatever it's called, funeral home. And they found this dead guy, the dead warlock. And the dead warlock's boyfriend came to like the funeral. He was like, "Oh my god, Ambrose, you're cute." And the way they set this up, it was that the guy was evil. I made this post on Reddit. I'll leave the link in the description. I'll put a picture of the thing right here. But the way they introduced him is evil. They had that lizard die. They had the Luke creepily show up in shots like, "Hey Ambrose, what are you up to?" "I'm up to no good." And like, it was made to seem like he was this pure evil dude, and by the time we got to season 2, he was no longer evil. He was just Ambrose's warlock boyfriend. Huh? Oh, what? Okay, that's fine. Maybe he's not evil. Maybe it was just misjudgment on the audience's behalf. Maybe it was just that. But then it came to the actor, whoever Luke was, couldn't be on the show anymore. Fine. Give an excuse. Instead of just saying that the dude was on some type of trip or something, they have to write him out of the entire series. And it's like, okay, let's have like a breakup episode. Let's have a breakup episode. That makes sense. That makes the most logical sense, right? No. They say that this dude was captured by angels, and that was the last we've seen of him. They show like a little flashback of them cutting his hands off so that they can get into the school building, and if you've seen the show, you know what's going on. They do that, and that's the last we see of him. And Ambrose is sad for maybe 5 minutes before he gets with Prudence. Even when Luke was gone for a couple of episodes, Ambrose and Prudence were still hooking up and whatnot. So we're just supposed to think like Ambrose really cared about Luke at all? At all. In the Reddit post, I gave an idea of how they could have done this better. And all like the comments, the replies on the Reddit post are like, "Oh my god, I agree." What they could have done is they could have just kept the Luke is evil plot line that they had obviously set up in the beginning, and just carried it through and been like, "Oh, Luke was actually an angel who was sent here to betray the witches and warlocks of Greendale, and he was just with Ambrose because Ambrose was a spellman and they were just trying to defeat them." They could have carried on with that. But instead, they want to just kill Luke's character off with no, like, emotional closure between him and Ambrose. None at all. They just want to throw, like, Ambrose. And I know the actors for Ambrose and Prudence are dating in real life. You know, good for them. They look cute. Hope you guys have a fantastic future. But the way they handle that in the show, oh my god. I understand the actors probably, like, I guess, maybe, I don't know. I'm not in the relationship. Maybe he wasn't comfortable being seen in, like, a romantic way with someone else when he was literally on the same show with his girlfriend. But it's just, like, there were so many better ways that you could have dealt with that. You could have been like, oh, Luke's still evil. Luke was an angel. Luke is killed in, like, the angel battle between the angels and Sabrina. Or, like, Luke and Ambrose just were no longer interested. Luke catches Ambrose cheating on him with Prudence, and Ambrose and Prudence get together, and that's, like, a logical progression of their relationship. It just... Another problem. Season 3 and the singing? What is that?
Speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right. On time.
Stop singing!
What is that? Why are these characters singing? Oh my god, they're singing again. And, like, the show put singing in everywhere. Everywhere. At the end of season 2, they had the musical number, and at that point I was like, oh, this is cringy. They're not gonna do this again, right? No, they didn't. They had singing for, you know, everything. They even did, like, the little band that Roz, Harvey, and Theo have.
I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Yeah, I'm just a
But the band didn't make any sense. Why? When did Theo learn to play the drums? We have never seen Theo show any interest in music before this. None at all. So why are they... We have never seen Roz and Harvey show any interest in music. The interest we know that these characters have is that Roz likes to read books. Theo is trans. They made his character very one-dimensional in this series. I'll talk about that later. And we know that Harvey likes to draw. So where did a band come from? Where did the band come from? There's no talent show that they didn't need to win to, like, finish the series off. There's no sudden musical interest because Sabrina's missing or something. Or missing, she's not going to Baxter High. There's no plot progression with the singing or the band. And to be honest, the only time we ever saw the band were in transition scenes to just show us what they were doing. It'd be like, oh my god, Sabrina just met the devil, and it'd be like them rocking out. I'm like, huh? We were just in a very heated, like, dangerous environment with Sabrina and wizards and warlocks, and you want to take us to the garage? You want to take us to Harvey's garage where they're playing cover songs? I guess if you want to say that's a logical regression, but it gets rid of the fact that Theo spent, I think that was on season 2, Theo spent such a long time trying to get onto the basketball team. He shouldn't have gotten on. I know it was, like, a plot progression for Theo, like, and his, like, transition, but it's like, it didn't make sense to put him on the basketball team and, like, the show not make him good at basketball. I guess, no, let me finish the music topic. They didn't need to sing, and it's trying to become like a Riverdale, and I know they're in, like, the same universe, and there's a picture of, like, Sabrina with some of the boys from Riverdale, implying there's a crossover episode somewhere soon. I don't watch Riverdale, but I've seen, like, the videos on YouTube that constantly show up in my recommended, like, the Riverdale ruining the Heathers, or Riverdale singing, or whatever. I'm like, it's bad. It's exactly how it was in Sabrina. It's like, these characters have no reason to be singing right now. So why are they? If they were ever going to make the characters sing, do it with the chorus or whatever. Do it where it makes sense. Like, the first season when Sabrina starts going to the wizard school, I can't remember the name for the life of me right now. Like, they showed her in, like, a chorus or choir class or whatever. Why not be like, oh, the choir has a concert going on. Here's some singing. Here's to show them preparing. Like, I wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't enjoy the singing, but it would make sense. It would make a lot more sense than what I'm currently watching, which is like impromptu musical numbers. The only musical number I appreciate was the one between Hilda and her boyfriend.
Love it, you and me, Mr. T, we could be alone.
And again, I cannot remember his name, and that's one of the problems that comes with binge watching series. You do not remember majority of the characters' names for the most part. Now, another problem I have with this series is Roz and Harvey. Again, I think the show had to compromise because, actually, I don't know because I binge watched the series, so I don't know if they were dating before or after the show started. But because Harvey and Roz's actors are dating in real life, I guess the show had to compromise. I don't know, that's just a theory. But these two characters came out of nowhere. And a lot of people like to hate on Roz. Do not hate on Roz. If anything, hate on Harvey. I made another Reddit post about that. I'll put that on the screen. But it's like, who will be like, oh my god, I can't believe Roz broke girl code. First of all, Roz asked Sabrina if she could date Harvey. And Roz didn't even ask Harvey out. Harvey asked Roz. So why are we not being mad at Harvey for dating his two best girlfriends, with a space, girlfriends? Why are we not critiquing and yelling at Harvey? Why are we yelling at Roz? Should she have dated Harvey? In my opinion, no, but she did ask Sabrina, and Sabrina told her that, yeah, I'm over him. Whether she lied or not is not up to Roz to decide. Roz is just supposed to assume that Sabrina told the truth. Of course, us as the audience, we know that Sabrina still likes Harvey. So of course we're gonna be like, oh, I can't believe Roz did it. But Roz assumes that Sabrina and Harvey are over. And you know, in the real life, it might be like a taboo, but I knew 3 girls who were all best friends who dated the same guy within like a year. It's not uncommon. And they're still best friends now from what I know. But it's just like, their relationship came out of nowhere. Like, the timeline of the show makes it so weird. Because seemingly like I can't remember the exact timeline, but from watching the show, it seems like day 1, Harvey and Sabrina are together. Day 2, they break up. Day 3, they're on a break. Day 4, Roz gets a crush on Harvey. Day 5, Harvey seemingly gets a crush on Roz out of nowhere. Day 6, Roz and Harvey start dating. It's just like, the timeline is not connecting. Like, they just broke up and you want me to believe that Roz had feelings for Harvey? And I know they give the excuse like, oh, her feelings came from her cunning. Her cunning. What? Her cunning is supposed to be used, it's like, first of all, it's a curse from a witch, so it's supposed to have like witch-like tendencies or something, or where it's like, oh, she predicts like, oh, evil is coming, not I'm kissing the boy I like in the hallway. Huh? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. And it's like, there was no natural progression between their crush either, which is like the same problem with Ambrose and Prudence. There was no progression. There was no Roz, like, while Harvey and Sabrina were dating, there was no Roz being like, oh, Harvey's cute. Like, of course that would be bad because they were dating, but it'd be like, it makes sense, make more sense to me that Roz ends up liking Harvey if there was some key, like foreshadowing thrown in where it's like, oh, Roz, or like Roz like complimenting Harvey, like, oh, Harvey, your hair looks cute today. And then like Harvey's like, haha, thanks. And then Harvey's like, oh my god, Roz, your outfit looks cute today. And like Sabrina's jealous, but like they just want to throw this out of nowhere. They just want to be like, here, Harvey needs something. They just want to be like, oh, this is a teen show, there must have to be romance. And like, no, you already have Sabrina, Harvey, and Nick. Why throw Roz into the question? And you have that, and you have Hilda and her thing. You have Zelda and Blackwood. You have Prudence and Ambrose, and they're introducing the whole Theo and whatever that other character's name is, the kid that also is from Riverdale, is like, you're throwing so many relationships into the mix. Take a couple out. Take a couple out. And the thing is, they can't do that. If you take a couple out, there's bound to be consequences. If Roz and Harvey break up, there has to be shown some tension, because otherwise it doesn't add up again. They can't break up and then be like, hi, best buddy. Like, it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You've thrown it into the mix now, and it's becoming crowded with relationships. Not every character needs to be in a relationship at all. I've never seen so many relationships in a TV show. Okay, I probably have. But it's just like, this one has an insane amount. Oh, another thing. First of all, the video has no direction. But, back to them dropping plot lines. Harvey's family coming from witch hunters? Were they gonna do anything with that? At all? Like, was that like an idea? Like, Harvey's family, I think they were unintentionally witch hunters, where he was like hunting and they were hunting for like animals that happened to be familiars. It's just like, they were like, oh, Harvey, they were trying to do like a Harvey redemption arc where it's like Harvey hates Sabrina. Harvey has every reason to hate Sabrina. She had him kill his brother. In the same night she told that man that she was a witch, he had to go kill his brother and have 2 funerals for that boy. 2 of them. Why wouldn't Harvey hate Sabrina? I would have rather had an arc where Harvey is trying to kill Sabrina than have an arc where Harvey and Sabrina are seemingly on a way to get back together right now. Because that's where I see it going. I do not want them to get back together. I want I want Sabrina, this is a crochet hug. I want Sabrina and Nick to get together. I want them to be endgame. I want them to finish it out. And even then, Sabrina does not deserve Nick at all. Sabrina sucks. Sabrina is the most unlikable character on that show. Even Blackwood has some redeeming qualities. Sabrina's character is just no sense to me. No sense to me. None at all. At all. Speaking of Blackwood, what are his kids' name? Judith and the twins. They put them into a dollhouse that stops time just to write their characters off. You can't convince me that there's another plot line to come where it's like, actually, I don't know where I'm going with this. I can't remember, but I remember that they put them in that dollhouse. They seemingly have nothing to do. Why introduce these new characters if you're not going to have anything to do with them? Why do that? You're crowding up your show. You're crowding it up with random characters, with random hijinks. We want to focus on the witches and the wizards and the battles between heaven and hell, or whatever's going on. It's just like, why? Like, these babies were important characters to progress the relationship. Another relationship between Faustus and Zelda. And like, yeah, it did that. But now you have these 2 babies, which are now 15-year-olds that have the minds of babies, minds of toddlers, from what we see. Ugh. Come on. Another thing. Ambrose. We're back to Ambrose. Ambrose was locked into that house for years. And I know they went through the whole witches council thing where it's like, oh, Ambrose, you have to appeal to the court for reasons you want to be out. And they granted him the permission to be allowed inside the house and at the witch school. I do not remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I do not remember them giving him permission to leave those areas. But now we see that dude ripping and running around Greendale. I don't remember the episode they gave him that. That might just be me forgetting something, but I don't remember them giving him permission to leave the Spellman house and the witch school. I know they gave him like, oh, you're the you're like a teacher's assistant or whatever at the school now, you can do that. But they didn't give him permission to go to the bookstore. They didn't give him permission to run off with Prudence. Shouldn't that dude be thrown in another chamber for something? Well, what's another thing to complain about with the show? Hell is a playhouse. It's a playground. They made that whole like Wizard of Oz allegory where it's like, oh, we're walking down the red brick road to the Queen of Hell. It looks like a playground. It looks like someplace I want to be. It's not supposed to look appealing. And they did the whole thing where it was like the mines. It was like this great entrance. Imagine like you're scared of the entrance of hell. The doors open and there's a scarecrow and you step in and it's the Wizard of Oz. It's the Wizard of Oz. That's what you're seeing. It was cute for an episode, but I thought they were gonna do like an unveiling thing where it was like, oh, this is what hell actually looks like. No, that's what it looks like. It looks like a playground. It looks like a playhouse for children. And the fact that mortals, that Roz, Harvey, and Theo were just able to walk through it with no damaging effects is insane. And they did that thing just so they could progress the whole like, oh, here's Roz and her uncle. Let's see what happens to him. Here's, I think, not Roz, Theo and her uncle. Roz and her grandma, I think, and then Harvey and his brother. They just wanted to like reconnect them with dead people in their lives. And like, I guess that's fine, but save that for another episode where you don't make hell look like a playground.
Okay, don't even get me started on how they let them split up. They pulled a Scooby-Doo and said, alright gang, let's split up in the middle of hell. And they just let the mortals split off with each other. What were they gonna do to fend anyone off? Of course they needed Sabrina for help. What is...
Because there were so many opportunities for you to be like there was this big build-up where it was like, here, like, oh, I'm so scared of hell. Hell's in the mines. Here's like this big, the Satan goat thing. And then we get into there and it's just like boring. It's boring. There were no effects from it. You're telling me like mortals can walk through hell with no effect. My phone went off, but anyways, I made a sandwich. You don't care. Anyways, mortals can walk through hell with no effects. No effects at all. It's scary. It's unintimidating. It makes me scared for like future parts of the series where like I feel like we're inevitably going to go see what heaven's like. We're gonna get to heaven and heaven's gonna be like a Chuck E. Cheese for all I care. Like this show is great at building up, but it's a hard letdown. It's a hard letdown, especially with the season 3 finale. Major spoilers if you're not there yet, but time travel? You're telling me time travel? First of all, when time travel doesn't even make sense. Like I've read explanations of how it's supposed to make sense, like, oh, this and that and third, and eventually Sabrina was able to time travel back by getting this and that. And it's just like, where time travel has never been mentioned, never even been name dropped in the series of its entirety. Where did it come from? It cannot just become time travel is one of the laziest forms of writing when it comes to like supernatural shows, because it's just like it undoes everything. It undoes everything. Like Sabrina's trapped in that in the stones that Judas was by Caliban, and it's just like, whoops, that never happened. And then like the paradox thing where it's like, oh, there are 2 Sabrinas now. That's interesting, but it's like not where most people saw the show going. And I guess like they think like, oh, a plot twist will really keep the audience in. And it's just like, this plot twist just confused half your audience because it doesn't make sense. It wasn't not written well, because I know like the script writers, they're professionals, they get paid money to do this. It seems lazy. It seems incredibly lazy and not thought out at all. Because if you can explain to me how the time travel works, go ahead, but it's not making any sense to me at all. What's another thing I complained about? Theo's entire character is that he's trans. And, you know, it's great for representation. I am not trans, so I'm not going to stay on this point for long. But it seems to me that they have made his entire character the fact that he is trans and he's overcoming this with these certain challenges, but they do it in such a way where it makes us not be against Theo, but it's sort of like, that doesn't make sense. Like the basketball thing, like Theo really should not be on the basketball team. He should not have made the basketball team. He was not good at basketball. He had no skills. He was short. There's no reason to put him on the basketball team. They cannot let him on the basketball team just because he tries out. They also put Harvey on the basketball team. Harvey's never shown any interest in basketball. But then like I think it was the same season, second season, they put in the plot line where Theo's Aunt Dorothea is like haunting him and helping him realize who he is, and that's nice and dandy, but they wrote that off so abruptly. It was like, oh, Theo's trans now. Goodbye, Aunt Dorothea. We will never speak of you again. Huh? Is Theo magical? Is he a wizard or not? Does he have any like connect, like, other than like the connection to Aunt Dorothea who saved witches? Does he have any incentives to do anything after this? Like, I assume it's like predicting like, oh, with Aunt Dorothea helping the original 12 witches, I think Theo's obviously going to help save Sabrina, and however that happens in the future of the series. But it's like, I don't even remember a goodbye to Aunt Dorothea. I don't even remember. And again, could just be me and the problems of binge watching television that I just don't remember anything correctly. But it's just like it came out of nowhere and it went from nowhere. And like, I understand it's a TV show and the focus is not on Theo, so they can't show like the hardships of everyone. But like, Theo was just getting bullied 3 or 5 episodes ago. Why is everyone at the school accepting him now when they were beating him up last week? Not making sense. And I understand like they're trying to be like, oh, Sabrina helped him with her magic. Again, it's like Sabrina's not there consistently, and for what we've seen, Sabrina did like temporary things. I think the main thing the show has a problem with is that it consistently has too many things going on at the same time. So many things. It'll have like third season was a mess. It had the pagan plot line. It had the Sabrina trying to become the Queen of Hell plot line. It had Prudence and Ambrose plot line. It had Sabrina, Caliban, Nick, Harvey, Love, Square plot line. Had Roz and Harvey dating plot line. Had Theo progression plot line. And like, of course, like there's a main and then there's sub, but normally there's like 3 max. I could probably name 15 important things per episode if I really wanted to. That's an exaggeration, but like, yeah, there's so much going on, it makes sense. And once the writers get one thing going, they don't know how to stop it. They're like, oh, here we go. Here's this, here's this, here's this. Oh, we have encountered a problem. We are just going to stop mentioning it now. And it's like, that's a terrible way to create or like continue a show, because it's like, does anything have any meaning? Like, am I going to get interested in this character and suddenly he's not important anymore? Like Caliban, what's happening with Caliban now? I know they locked him into that stone, but it's like the time aspect, like the time travel aspect, like if Sabrina eventually got out of the stone, is Caliban going to get out of the stone too? And time travel back and defeat both Sabrinas? That's what we're dealing with, especially with time travel. It's like the show's writers have proven to us that they can write anything out and they will do it in an instant. And they do not care if it makes sense or not. They will do it in an instant. So it's like, should I like become attached to this thing in the show? Or should I just be like, it's not important? Because like so many minor things have been important in it. So like, all the witches they've encountered, like Batty Bat, who is like the dream demon, the Gryla voodoo person that Ambrose and Prudence ran into, that was important for an episode. Oh, I forgot. Zelda and what's her name? I can't think of her name. That relationship? What? That has to be some pandering. I don't think that relationship came out. Again, another relationship piled into this like bowl of relationship cereal. That's a wonderful relationship. The fan art coming out of that relationship, where did it come from? Huh? I don't think it came out of anywhere. Like, I appreciate the relationship. The relationship was good. They looked great together. I hope that they built that relationship up to be something that is real and authentic. Because the way that relationship was smushed into like 2 or 3 episodes, might even be 2 episodes, was insane. It's gonna be a long video because I just thought of something else. Sabrina's real dad being Satan, and Sabrina instantly forgetting about Edward, her fake dad. She immediately was like, oh, Satan, you're my real dad? Okay, I'm Sabrina Morningstar. Bye, Edward. There was no emotions. There's no like pullback where it was like, oh, I'm not your real daughter. You're not my dad. I'm still Sabrina Spellman. She was like, oh, I'm a Morningstar now. I'm a Morningstar. There's no debate about it. She didn't care. It's like the entire first season we're showing like Sabrina constantly being in like shambles over the fact that her parents are dead. And like as soon as it's proved that like her dad isn't her real dad, she's like, oh, okay, I guess. Bye. Like, it's like the show doesn't know how to write in emotion and like emotional ties specifically, because it's like Sabrina was tied to Edward for in the first 16 years of her life, and Satan just immediately replaces that. And I understand it's for the progression of the show and whatnot, but it's like, come on. If you need to make the episodes an hour and a half, go ahead. Because something is always missing. Something is always missing. Always. 90% of the time, something's missing. There's probably more I could complain about, but this is a long video, and I'm gonna eat my sandwich, and I'm probably gonna watch another show so that I can make a video and complain about it. But yeah, if you've seen Sabrina, rant with me in the comments. Rant with me in the comments, because I want to see what you guys hate about this show we love, because I will be tuning in for season 4. Make no mistake, I'm ready for season 4. As soon as they start singing, I'll complain, but I'll be tuning in. I'll be singing along, and that's one of the problems. Because the writers know people will still watch. They're like, why do we care to change anything? Oh, I'll stop. Anyways, hope you have a good day. I don't know what else to say. Bye.